Hi, I'm Tom. This is Lucy, and this is Kitty Help Desk. So one of the questions that a lot of people ask is whether or not it's okay to leave your cats at home by themselves, like over a weekend if you're going on a little road trip or something like that. Thing is, people usually ask it in kind of a different sort of way. They don't just ask if that's okay. They sort of do this, it's okay if I leave my cats at home on the weekend, isn't it? Kind of thing, implying that there's a particular answer that they really want. And I'm sorry to disappoint you, but in my professional opinion, it's really not okay. That for most cats really thrive from human presence and human schedules and the way that their schedules function from day to day. And they really need you around or someone around. I think it's okay to leave them alone for overnight or parts of days if you got someone to come in and check on them and feed them and clean the litter box. I mean, let's be honest, adding another litter box just so that there's room for the waste buildup, it's not making friends with your cats. I mean, they're not really going to be happy with that. It's going to be smelly and messy and it's going to be different from what they're used to. So they're probably not going to enjoy that experience very much. And cats generally, they enjoy being with us and around us, and things going on with their humans really entertains them. And the little interactions, cats generally prefer lots of sort of short interactions throughout the day, as opposed to like humans tend to prefer the opposite. Just a few really intense, deep interactions. Unless you're a real hardcore extrovert where you just need that constant sort of ebb and flow of people in your life, people tend to prefer, kind of lengthy contacts. But cats really, it's the way they interact with one another is a quick brush of the cheek with one another, and then they go on about their way. They don't often lounge around together unless they're litter mates or something like that, where they have a really, really great affinity for one another. So, leaving maybe a sibling pair like that at home for a day or an overnight trip, you might be able to get away with it. The point isn't whether or not they'll survive, because they will survive. The question that people ask is really they're asking to assuage their own sort of guilt, because they know deep down it's probably not a good idea. But it's more convenient for them if it is acceptable. So they ask. But, only you know your cat, and only you can determine what's acceptable to your cat. And, you have to make up your mind, but you have to be honest with yourself about it, because they really need you to be honest with yourself about it. I sometimes compare this question to, well, if you had like a 10-year-old child, would you just leave them at home over the weekend, just check out on Friday night, come back Sunday night, and just leave them maybe a loaf of bread and, they know how to work the microwave. I taught them how to use a can opener. They'll be fine. Well, you wouldn't do that. Why is this really any different? I mean, this is a family member, someone who depends on you, someone who you can't even explain to exactly why you're not going to be around for days. I mean, they're very likely to think that you're just gone, Not that they project into the future with their thoughts in that way, but still, it's going to introduce an undue amount of stress on your cat unless you have someone come by periodically, and by periodically I mean a few times a day, to check on them, feed them, and clean their litter box, and spend some quality time with them, play with them, give them some treats, pet them, all that kind of thing. So that's just my honest opinion. Let me know what you think. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Thanks. Bye.